You're about to witness a seismic event. Now, let the party begin.
Your healthy radio addiction starts now.
Hollywood's Motorcycle Madhouse on iHeartRadio.
And welcome to the show, everyone. It's going to be a cool show today. We got a special guest coming in. We're going to be talking about dealer shops versus independent shops. But first, we got a great freaking announcement coming for you, and a special one at that. Tomorrow night, live at 7 o'clock, we will have Sean Gallagher on. He is the brother of Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher, the Navy SEAL that was arrested by our government instead of giving a medal for killing a bomb maker terrorist prick overseas. So we will have Sean coming on tomorrow telling us about Eddie, what is going on with his trial and stuff like that. I just cannot believe in our country that we're arresting our heroes for doing their job. This guy was a freaking bomb maker. A bomb maker, I have to repeat that. And he got arrested for killing the SOB. And that just shows you what is up with our country now. It's so sad, so sad, so sad. But yeah, that will be on tomorrow at 7. So make sure you guys come on and listen to him. Let's get his story out there. Let's spread the word. Let's write our congressman. Let's get this done for Eddie, man. Save, let's get Free Eddie going out there. Hashtag Free Eddie. Today, we're going to be talking about, again, dealers versus independent shops. I know some of our listeners are working for independent shops and stuff like that. But first, let's say hi to everybody in the chat rooms. How you doing, Southern Belle? And Brian, John, Jixie Johnson, Dominic. What's up, my man? Mr. Perfect. Awesome to see you guys, KC. Let's have a good show today. We're going to be bringing on a special guest right after this announcement. I guess now over in, I believe it's Middleton, they're canceling a bike rally because it was too successful. Wait until you hear this, man. Weird stuff going on out there in this world.
Middletown, but that motorcycle mania will not return this year because of rising security costs.
Channel 3's Roger Suzanne joins us now live in downtown Middletown to explain why the decision may hurt the bottom lines of a bunch of local businesses. Roger.
Hello, Aaron, Mark. Right now you are looking live from high up above Main Street through our city camera, and normally this section of Main Street every August for one day is just absolutely packed with thousands of motorcycles. And all of those bikers, well, they certainly spend plenty of money, which local business owners absolutely loved. But we just learned that those days are now over because Middletown's mayor says the event has simply become too expensive to secure. Forget the Masters. For the last 13 years, Middletown has had a tradition unlike any other. On one day every summer, thousands of bikers jammed downtown for Motorcycle Mania, and nearby businesses raked in the cash.
It flooded people from all over the state, thousands of bikers, tons of pedestrians, huge for all the local businesses right here on Main Street.
Murph Murphy, who serves as the operations director at La Boca Mexican Restaurant, says Motorcycle Mania is one of the biggest days of the year for the business. So he was stunned when he heard the event will not return this year.
It's a bummer, it really is. Like I said, one of the coolest events, huge, lots of people enjoyed it.
Middletown Mayor Dan Drew understands the disappointment because he feels it too.
Miss it. It's a fun event, and there's a lot of great things about it. But like everything else in life that's good, sometimes all good things come to an end, and we'll move on to the next thing.
Mayor Drew says he had to pull the plug on Motorcycle Mania because the event had grown so large that it became too expensive to provide security for. So, in a way, Motorcycle Mania became too successful to survive.
This event was very expensive and very time and labor intensive to secure properly, and it was really unsustainable in that regard.
Mayor Drew says in the weeks ahead, city leaders and the Chamber of Commerce will figure out a new event to replace Motorcycle Mania. Back inside La Boca, Murphy just hopes they find something as fun and profitable as all those bikers.
It's tough, but I kind of get it. I'm disappointed, and I hope that whatever they come up with is just as good or close.
And back live now, Motorcycle Mania organizers did not respond to our request for comment. By the way, this event used to always benefit local youth programs, and we've learned that any future event will also benefit those exact same programs.
Okay, I am confused. Are you guys confused too? So it's so successful that they gotta shut it down. That makes no sense. The businesses are making all kinds of money, and they shut it down because they say they can't afford the security for the event. Yeah, That's how government works, I guess. You have to say, when it's going good, just shut it down, because we want to go back to something and start it all over again and not bring in the money for the businesses. If I was a business, I'd be pissed right now. But anyway, let's go on to our main subject, and that is dealerships or independent repair shops. Now, let me get on my special guest here. Let me dial them up real quick here. You guys all know who they are. Awesome guys, I have to say. Real good guys, fun, and all that good stuff.
Individual columns.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Andy, how you doing, man? You guys are on air.
Oh, we're on the air? Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, I've never been on air. Let me fix my hair real quick. Hold on. Okay, we're ready now.
Hey, Mikey around with you?
I've been on other things, but I've never been on air. Is that what the kids are? Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
I'm telling you, man. Well, today we're talking about dealerships. And by the way, these are the Tramps. And the Tramps are an awesome custom shop. They're actually working on my Fat Boy right now. Andy right now is doing a kick-ass job, making it look good and all that good stuff. How's that bike coming, by the way, Andy?
She's in the final stages here. She just needs a quick polish. I was going to take her for a rip, but it started raining outside.
Oh, rock on.
Yeah, and I don't want to have to polish it again, so I'm just going to take a couple circles in the shop here. We're going to clear it out and just, we can do a burnout video. Yeah, we can do that. We put the front tire up against the fridge and burn it out. I mean, you don't want that back tire, right?
Somebody wants to get killed.
As I said before, I retract my previous statement. But,
no, man, you guys are really doing great on the bike and stuff, and that's why I like independent shops. Now, when I walk into your shop, it brings me back to, when I first got into the biker lifestyle, early 90s, and how I grew up with the old guys working on the bike, having fun, partying, all that type of stuff. Now, your shop is a walking antique of a shop, man, with all the motorcycles you got in there and everything you guys do with the hand custom stuff. Anybody would be lucky to have you guys work on their bike. But as far as today's topic is concerned, dealerships versus independents. Now, what is your thoughts as an independent business owner who is in the repair business about the dealerships?
Well, it's really hard to work on a bike with a suit and tie on.
How did I know you'd come up with something like that?
Ain't no uniforms here, man.
Right? No, you guys are just old school doing you. But what got you in as an independent business owner?
Well, originally we've been building bikes in garages left and right here and there, and everybody's always told me you should do it for a living. You should do it for a living. I always told them, I was like, well, I can't do it for a living. It's not gonna pay me enough to live off of. And then my buddy Andy.
Hey, Andy, hey, you guys talking to the phone more, man. I know you're on speaker, so put it right up when you're talking.
Yeah, when Andy came to me and he said he had a spot. So I said, well, fuck it, dude, let's give it a shot.
Right.
And now we're making enough to pay our rent and fix some bikes and have a good time.
Well, I'm telling you what, you guys were having a good time when I came over today, man. You actually was that like a new shop employee or something? You had them all messing around, freaking cleaning up, man. You had them working, man. You guys were cracking the whip. What's wrong with you guys?
No, that's just one of our slave buddies that we make do stuff.
Now that's a perfect example of an independent shop. You have fun. You know, when I walked into dealer shops and stuff like that, you can feel, you know what? You can see that if they had coal in their ass, they'd have a diamond up in there in a couple days and shit. They're they're all uptight, man. What's up with that?
Well, I've dealt with a lot of dealers. Like before I started, finding and making my own parts, I used to go to the local dealerships for parts of my old sports that I used to ride, an old 75 iron. And I got told out how many times that part's discontinued, they don't make this anymore. Knowing in fact they make it because I bought it a week before that at the same exact place. A lot of those guys don't want to help you because they just want you to buy new stuff. They don't want you to keep the old bikes alive. They want to just keep getting them in and out of the door.
Right. Now, when I went in there, I love going to that shop, man. It actually gives me an excuse to get out of the freaking studio and stuff and not have everybody bugging me over here. But going to there is like a vacation, man. It's like I said, it's a walk back in time. Now, you guys focus a lot on the old stuff, like the iron heads, the shovel heads. I love Mike's bike. Mike's bike. Holy shit, the upsweeps on that damn thing. Oh, I love it.
Those are my sky plates.
Man, oh yeah, they're asking if they're going to show the Fat Boy when it's done. Oh yeah, man, they made a video and everything of them making, doing the work on it.
I don't even call those dealership shops anymore. I just refer to them as clothing stores.
The clothing stores. Now, you make a point. Now, you guys are working on the older stuff, and you're talking about them. They want to push out the new and all that kind of shit. Yeah. But as mechanics, what kind of humps do you guys got to get over with all the new stuff coming out?
A lot of stuff. I mean, if it's like a dyno thing or a plug-and-play type thing, that's something we usually have to outsource because obviously we don't have that kind of stuff around here because we don't deal with a lot of bikes like that. But a lot of the new stuff with the newer bikers, they don't really focus on that stuff. They want, their oil done, their tire done, changing filters, simple stuff. It's not very obvious. I mean, you can go to a speed shop if you want like full performance, but a lot of those newer bikes that are digital, you put anything upgraded into them, you have to go plug them in and readjust them all.
Right. And that's, now is the independent shops, are you feeling that with all the technology coming out that the manufacturers are trying to make it where they got to take it to a dealership?
Pretty much, just like cars.
Right.
They're trying to put the mechanic out of work.
Well, everything except their mechanics. And that's one thing that's, I think made Harley-Davidson was the independent shops where they were able to customize everything. And, that's how the word spread on their motorcycles. And now they're just giving off a bad freaking odor, if you will, with how they're playing with the mechanics out there. Like you said, they're trying to go after the independents and get them out of business.
We got to remember, Harley originally, they stayed above just by selling parts. I mean, they weren't selling bike after bike after bike because a lot of people can't afford bike after bike. So they were selling parts. They were living off just parts income.
Right. Now, you know what? It's funny that you mentioned parts. Have you ever gone into a dealership and they just, give you that deer in the headlights look when you're asking for a part?
Yeah. That's because the difference between a dealership and a shop is shops have mechanics and dealerships have technicians and salesmen. They have people that punch numbers into a computer and gives them every answer.
Right.
Not like the old days where they had a mechanic that you bring it in and say, this is making this kind of noise or running like this, and the mechanic can go, oh, I know exactly what that is. Bring it in, we'll fix it.
Now, do you find that a lot of people are like you said, bringing in just for the oil changes and all that kind of stuff, and they're not really into building the motors anymore, and with these newer bikes?
We get a lot of bolt-on stuff. There's a lot more summer. Yeah, more in the summertime and stuff like that. There's as soon as springtime hits, it's a big dick measuring contest of who's got the fastest bike, who's got the coolest pipes, who's got this. So we get a lot of bolt-on stuff during that time. In the wintertime, we do our full custom builds from the ground up, and upgrading bike. Yeah, upgrading stuff, stuff that's going to take a little bit longer. But in the spring and in the summer, people come in and they're like, "Oh, I want these, these pipes put on, or I want this put on," or they bring stuff in as simple as like changing out their grips and stuff like that, and and it's business is business. I mean, we don't refuse any customers because money's money, and we have bills to pay. So we'll take anything. We're not. We don't discriminate against others. It may not be our style, but we don't go do it against models.
Right.
Right.
Hey, John just asked me to tell the tramps I'm about to pull my shovel out of the corner and start on it. Thanks for their advice. You guys are giving advice out there. That is awesome.
You tell John if he's got any questions to hit us up, and I'll walk him through the whole thing.
Yep. You can see all our, we did the shovelhead rebuild video. That's a very popular video out right now.
2 shovelhead motors right now.
Yeah, we're doing 2 shovelheads right now. An S&S pan, and then an original vintage pan. We have a 67 flat side shovel that we're doing right now. And then, like I said, that's when our big builds come in during the wintertime, and, people spend a lot of money and stuff like that. And, we've had people hit us up I had a guy, message me from, where was it? I believe it was Ireland the other day, and he wanted us to make him a custom set of pegs, only because he wanted something different. And that's what our shop's about, being different. I mean, anybody can go to Harley and just get the latest exhaust kit that's out, or the latest LED kit that's out, or this.
I think James was saying earlier, he's not going to go to a dealership and pick up those fancy exhausts that he wants me to make.
Right. So, like the fishtails that you're talking about on your bike, the spirals and all that good shit, the 3D effect and the wrap effect and everything, you're not going to get that at the dealership. They're gonna say, well, it's kind of like when you go to an auto parts store, and you're looking for a headlight bulb, and they ask you if it's an automatic or a stick, or if it's a 4-door, or if it's a 4-door or a 2-door, and you're looking for a headlight bulb. You know what I mean? And that's where the difference lies. And I guess the main difference for us is we spent a lot of money buying standard tools, and all the newer bikes that come in, there's the standard nut or bolt on the damn thing. So,
right.
But yeah.
Well, you know what? I like what with Mike with the exhaust. He knew exactly what I was looking for. I wanted something different. I wanted a 3D type. You guys have the machines there. Now, if I went to a dealership and said, "Hey, I want some pipes like this," again, they'll give you that deer in the headlock light, and
right.
And it's like
just give you our number.
They'll pull out a catalog and they'll thumb through it and say, "Well, you have these 4 options," and that's about it. Whereas we're at our shop, we don't have catalogs. We don't have, we're obviously dealers for V-Twin and a lot of other parts manufacturers and stuff like that. And as far as carburetors and motors and stuff like that. But if you want something one of a kind, like never seen before and completely original, we're the place to go. There's nobody else in town that does it. Even local bike shops around here aren't doing it. They send all that kind of work over to us, which we can't complain about. So, but yeah, we're all about originality and having a bike exactly what you're looking for, exactly what you want. If you can picture it in your head, we can make it out of metal.
Right.
So,
Now, with with independent shops, I know it used to be a tight knit community. Just like it, we had the different types of subsections within the biker lifestyle, with the club members, independents, and stuff like that. But when it came to independent shops, you guys are tight knit with other independent shops. Am I right?
Certain ones. We have we do have a couple shops that tend to work our way. Rennie, he's getting up there in age, and he just doesn't want to deal with it anymore. Doesn't want to do it anymore. He wants to enjoy the rest of his life. So he sends a lot of business over our way and stuff like that. Big shout out to him. But there are a couple of local shops in town that we don't particularly favor, and not that we don't favor them, but we've had I don't know how many people from, I'm not going to name any names, but particular shops where they come over and they say, I took my bike in here and they fix this on it and fix that on it, and they don't even get about a half a block down the street before the bike falls apart. We had a guy that had his controls adjusted, the shorter guy, and it had forward controls. We wanted them to brought back brass rods. So they put brass rods for the brake rod. And when he went to go hit the brake, they brought the controls back and didn't shorten the rod. So the brass rod folded on itself. Brake pedal went over the controls, and he's in the middle of West State Street, did not stop, and this is a half a block from the shop, and he goes back and tells them about it, and they say, well, it wasn't like that when they left here. And then he brought it to us. We fixed them up right, and and then we made it out of stainless the way it should have been. And so, there are a couple places out there, like I said, not to drop any names or anything, but
there's also too a town that we deal with. There's good dudes that help us out.
Yeah, there's guys that help us out. We all, and it's usually the guys that are our age or a little bit older, or you got your guys that are hard-headed and they think they're the wizard of the vintage motorcycle world, but
it's also like our powder coater.
Yeah, powder coating and stuff like that.
Oh, by the way, Andy, Southern Belle thinks you're cute, man. You know what? Should I bring out that blackmail picture of I got of you in that suit, man, one of these days?
Oh man,
who is this again? Why didn't she mention me?
See, what had happened was, let me explain the story here. What had happened was, I had to go to a court appearance, and that is the only time I wore a suit. And Hollywood did not recognize me when I walked up into the driveway. And he said, "Who in the hell is this?" And I said, "What's up, dog?" And he looked at me and he mugged the shit out of me. I said, "It's me." So that's the only time you're gonna catch me wearing a suit when I'm trying to get out of trouble. So, yeah, if we could delete that picture, that'd be great too. I mean, if you guys.
Oh hell no, man! That's a blackmail picture. That's gonna stay, man. Whenever you get prospects or something and stuff for the tramps, I'm gonna be over there like, "Hey, man, look at this."
Oh, yeah. That's not as bad as me riding sport bikes.
Now, I always found it amazing, you're a younger kid and stuff like that, because a lot of the millennial generation aren't into bikes and stuff. Harley-Davidson suffering with that generation, but you jumped forward and got into it old school and stuff like that. What, got you in an old school?
Well,
because he's got good friends.
There's two things that Michael has done in my life for me that brought me to where I am now. He encouraged me to divorce my ex-wife and encouraged me to ride a Harley-Davidson. And both choices were great decisions. So, I guess I got to the point to where, I rode a sport bike I started out when I was 8 years old riding dirt bikes. And my mom tells the story every time she's around my friends about how, remember when you were on that Honda dirt bike and you ran it right into that barbed wire fence and you got right back up and this and that and the other. And so I lean more towards the sport bikes, I guess. I don't know. I found one for cheap. This guy left one out on the street and had sat outside for a year, and he told me I could take it for $200. I fixed it up, and just like everybody knew, I did all the paint on it. I did everything on it. And it was just a winter project for me, and that's how I got started into, you know, full-size motorcycles, and then riding with those guys and stuff. You know, we're the guys that meet up on State Street there in Rockford, all the sport bike guys, and it's just everybody's trying to do their own thing. I've had way too many friends that have, you know, done dumb shit and lost their lives because of it, and it's more of it's a totally different scene. Whereas with the vintage Harley stuff, the swap meets that we go to, the events that we go to, the shows that we go to, you know, everybody's each other's brother. You know what I mean? Like, if you need help, somebody's there to help you. If you need this part, oh, hey man, I got one of those extra in my bag. Here you go, no charge. You know what I mean? And
I've actually dealt with that all around Denver. Yeah,
the
guy was going to give us a front end just to get home.
We had where were we at when we met that old guy? With the rectifier, with the generator.
Oh, that was all the way in southern Michigan.
We were in southern Michigan, and we found this random guy at a gas station. We were having trouble. This dude must have been in his 70s, and he took us over to his house, and he had the holy grail of Harley-Davidsons in this old rickety-ass barn in the back of his yard. And he hooked us up, gave us brand new parts, everything, and said, you know, I'm just helping you guys out. And I mean, what did he have sitting there? He had some flatheads in there. He had a panhead that he bought for $10. Yeah, he had a panhead, a complete original panhead he bought for $10.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Talking about having a freaking Lucky Charm up his ass, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Andy, you know, it looks like some of the women on here want to play the dating game with you, man. You know, maybe I should have a contest or something for you.
No, it's not have a contest because if, my wife will have a contest of cutting off my nutsack.
I think she'd kill us both.
Oh, yeah. She'd kill me twice, just to make sure. I need to learn I mean, I've been referred to as the perfect specimen, but I mean, that's still to be written down on paper, but I mean...
Hey, what do you guys think of MMI, man? That Motorcycle Mechanics Institute.
That is
cycle technician.
Yeah. We've Mike and I. So a little backstory. Mike's little brother is my best friend. Still currently, we went to high school together at the same age. That's how I met Mike, right? And we were both into auto mechanics before we were into motorcycles. We both worked at an auto mechanic shop together, and
at actual shops separately,
and at other shops separately, right? And we worked with a lot of the guys that came from like UPI and MPI and all those other places and stuff like that. And they had the textbooks recited in their head. And I say, okay, well, go ahead and change this serpentine belt. And they had no clue what they were doing. I can tell you the horror stories as far as
we had some one guy listed at S10 by the body, not by the frame.
Yeah, we had people lifting cars by the bodies of the cars instead of by the pinch welds, this and that. We've had people that have drained the transmissions and then double filled the oil. Even then they checked it and they said, oh, it's good, and sent it down the road. And, I mean, you can learn stuff there. Mike and I, we're not college grads. Mike has a GED, right? You got one of those?
Yeah, I got one.
He's legit. I got a high school diploma. Not that I'm smarter than Mike, but...
you got education, man.
I got it. They done learned me good at Rockford East High School. That's where I learned all my gang signs. But yeah, we don't have any. We ain't got no college schooling. We ain't got no special education. No, and but it's just experience and.
So do you think? What would you say to somebody who wants to go to Motorcycle Mechanics Institute down in Florida to try to become a motorcycle mechanic?
that you're going to be using.
Yeah, there's a lot of class time there, and I mean, if they want to go, I'm not going to discourage them from going because it depends on what kind of bikes they want to work on. If they want to work on the newer bikes with the fuel injection system, you know, the computers, the ECUs and all that good stuff, power commanders and tuners and this and that, then that's more their field. If they want to do stuff like what we're doing, and we pride ourselves on the parts that we hand make. It's not, you know, we're not just building motorcycles here and putting stuff together and stuff like that. You know, we fabricate and customize 90% of our parts. So you can't learn that in school. You learn that by running a machine. You learn that by breaking discs. You learn it by busting your knuckles, you know. And males by nature, you know, are visual people. Mike and you show us how to do something once, and we know how to do it. My wife doesn't understand how I can drive somewhere.
They're only show me one time.
Right, yeah. But yeah, and if they want to go there, that's fine. If they want to learn the new and advanced stuff, but I mean, it depends on what kind of field you're getting into. Our field. Precisely. I mean, you have to have, you got to get into it.
Well, there's actually a lot more people in our genre than the mainstream sees.
Right.
I mean, we're all over the United States. California's huge on it. The South is really huge on it. I mean, the Midwest is an industrial, so a lot of us are machine guys. Like, I'm a machinist by trade. But I mean, when we go to shows, it's packed. When we went up to Milwaukee, it was packed. It was all choppers. It was choppers as far as you could see. A lot of people don't know that because a lot of people stick to the mainstream. They stick to what's around town, and, you know, they bar hop on their bikes and stuff, so they don't see any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
But like us, we travel on our old choppers, and we see it all the time. We've ridden with 20 to 100 plus choppers going down the interstate. We blow people's minds, but we're all out there. We're just kind of hidden. Yeah. And people don't, I don't know if it's just because people have forgotten about these bikes or what it was, or once that fat tire chopper,
yeah, as soon as the Orange County chopper scene hit and, you know, the fat tires hit, yeah, they think those are choppers. Where they're
built just like Harley factory.
Yeah, those are theme bikes. They're meant to be started twice. Once when they get it done, just to make sure it starts, and once on a reveal, and then that's it. They sell it. They park it in somebody's business or showroom or something. It's just mass produced, which red tires are garbage anyway. You don't want that in your motorcycle anyways.
That's how it is. It's basically like the harley-davidson factory. I mean, they're just pumping out the same bike. They're just changing a few things or modifying this or that to make it look a little bit different. But in all else, they're just cookie-cutter bikes.
Right. And there's small amount of fabrication they do, like bringing up Orange County choppers, like they do, you know, the Spider-Man bike or whatever, where they make a Spider's $50. You know what I mean? They still use the same
full hardtail frame. They might cut the back off, break it a little bit, but it's the same exact frame.
And it's small things like that they think that they're, you know, complete chopper builders and everything else. And I mean, I'll put it out there right now that we'll challenge the Orange County chopper boys to a build off, or anyone that wants to bring it our way.
1,000-mile ride.
Yeah, you have to be able to get on that bike and ride that bitch 4,000 miles too. This ain't no trailer queen bullshit.
Rock and roll, man. Well, you know what? It was awesome having you guys on and kicking it, and I can't wait to see the bike tomorrow. So, but you guys keep on kicking ass and taking care, man.
Yes, sir. You got to keep them ladies at bay for me, all right? I'll just throw them your way because
you got to find some for me because apparently nobody likes me.
Well, they're going all crazy for you, man. Rock and roll, man.
But yeah, man, we appreciate the interview and stuff, and you know, you're plugging the shop and everything, and we got some cool stuff coming up. The video on your bike, of course. I'm interested to see how the footage turned out when I dropped the camera in the oil pan.
Well, that would suck, wouldn't it?
It's waterproof, so
yeah, but I want to hit the oil and then sink into the box.
You can probably hear me through like that underwater voice, motherfucker. But yeah, that video will be coming out. I know we haven't posted. We've had a lot of stuff going on lately with the holidays and this and that and everything else. Trying to get these bikes going, and that shovelhead build in particular, we have a really tight deadline on, so we want to make sure we get that one taken care of, along with the panhead that we're doing. And I mean, my bike only needs the oil paint. All I have to do is run my oil lines and put my exhaust on. My bike's ready to go. And it's taken me 4 months. So, but
rock and roll, man.
But yeah, we're getting pretty busy here, and with your help, and you know, and
you're keeping us busy.
Yeah, you're keeping us busy, definitely. So, with YouTube and all that stuff, and people that are asking the questions and then requesting the videos of the builds and stuff, keeps them coming. We're gonna get to them. We just gotta be a little patient. It is just Mike and myself here, so you know, so if one of us is down, then it's kind of hard, and that's how you end up dropping your camera in the oil pan when you're trying to record yourself and build on bikes at the same time. So,
right.
But we will get to them. We will get everybody's requests in and everything. I locked in a video opportunity with my buddy Sal. He has an original World War II knucklehead survivor. And we're going to be getting into that. The motor's been pulled out, the trans been pulled out. So we're going to do a video on redoing the frame, redoing the motor, redoing the trans, all that stuff. So that'll be something I think a lot of guys will think is pretty cool. Cause, I mean, you don't see it. You can get knuckleheads from V-Twin right now for $8,000 if you wanted to. An original World War II bike that was over in Germany's house to buy that. Yeah. It's a fantastic bike, and it's definitely one of a kind, and he rides it with us. I mean, you know, the bike's older than all of us put together, and it still keeps trucking along. So, and going back to what you were talking about earlier, that just goes to show that, you know, a bike that old is still running with these brand new bikes out here. There's still people looking for our mechanical bike. So I don't think we're going to go out and dig those old bikes out and get it going again. We're the guys to call. And I don't think we're going to lose any business or go out of business anytime soon, because it's actually becoming more popular than every day. Mark our town into getting their old bikes out and getting them in here. Yep. We have a lot of people that hit us up and say, I've had this old bike in the shed for 30 years and nobody will touch it. And I heard about you guys and was wondering if you guys would be interested. And that's right up our alley. So says vintage right in the name. So
rock on, man. Awesome, guys. Well, I'm going to let you go. I got some stuff going on that I have to get to, and really appreciate you rocking and rolling for us, man. I'll see you tomorrow, Andy.
All right, I'll see you in the morning. I'll shoot you that video here. As soon as I get done polishing her up, I'll give you a full video walk around and everything. And just super
awesome, man. I'll get it up so everybody can see.
All right, coolio, man. I'll see you in the morning then.
All right, buddy.
All right, bye.
I'm sorry for the weather and all that stuff, guys. The stream looks like it is bad right now. I do apologize for that. We got to get some upgrades on this stuff going on here. But anyway, really sorry again. I'll get it fixed for tomorrow's special show. Don't forget to join us for the special interview with Sean Gallagher. Thanks, everyone, for the YouTube Live Super Chats. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here and try to fix all the... Hollywood, is that a support 50? Yeah, it is, Ironhead. You know. But I'll talk to you guys later, and you guys have a good night. I'll get this fixed for tomorrow.